Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm trying something new. These are Staedtler watercolor pencils and this is actually my first time using them. Lately I've been enjoying exploring different art mediums. It's easy to stay inside what feels familiar and comfortable, but trying something new reminds me that art doesn't always have to be about getting perfect results. Sometimes it's about curiosity and trust. So today I'm allowing myself to experiment and see what happens. For this portrait I'm starting with the Loomis method. I like using it because it helps break down the structure into simple forms. At this stage I'm not worrying about details, I'm simply building a foundation. I think that's something art teaches us a lot, that most things don't begin as beautiful finished pieces, they begin as rough guidelines, simple shapes and uncertain lines. When we only focus on the final result, we can forget that every finished artwork was once a sketch that looked unfinished. As I continue drawing, I'm slowly refining the features and adjusting proportions. This part requires patience, not because every line has to be perfect, but because observation needs time. Art has taught me that slowing down isn't the same as falling behind. Sometimes, slowing down is exactly what helps us see clearly. Now I'm beginning to add color with the watercolor pencils. Since this is my first time using them, I'm learning as I go. I don't completely know how every layer will look, and honestly, that's part of the fun. When we are beginners at something, we give ourselves permission to discover. We stop trying to control every outcome. We become more willing to make mistakes. I think that's a really valuable mindset, not only in art but in life as well. So often we want guarantees before we begin. We want to know we'll succeed. We want to know the effort will be worth it. But learning anything new requires a little uncertainty. These new mediums remind me of that. At first the colors look soft and dry on the paper, but once water is added, everything starts to transform. Colors become richer, edges become softer, layers begin working together. It's a process that unfolds gradually. I'm blending the pencil with a brush and water, building color little by little instead of trying to do everything at once. Layering is one of my favorite parts of art. Each layer may seem small on its own. Sometimes it feels like nothing is changing. But eventually, those small layers create depth, richness, and character. Life often works the same way. Growth rarely happens all at once. Most meaningful changes happen through small actions repeated over time. One conversation, one drawing, one practice session, one quiet step forward. When we look back, we realize those small moments were adding up all along. As I continue building layers, I'm trying not to rush. I think many artists struggle with impatience. We can already imagine the finished piece in our minds, and we want to get there immediately. But art asks us to trust the process. It asks us to believe that the next layer matters even when the result isn't visible yet. That's something I've been learning lately. Building layers slowly teaches self-trust. Every time you add another layer, you are making a quiet promise to yourself. You are saying, I don't have to finish everything right now. I can keep showing up. I can trust the process. That's a lesson that extends far beyond art. Sometimes life feels overwhelming because we expect ourselves to solve everything at once. We want immediate answers, immediate improvement, immediate results. But most things are built layer by layer. Confidence, skills, relationships, healing, dreams, they all take time, and that's okay. For a long time, I thought every artwork had to be important, every drawing had to be good, every piece had to prove something, but that mindset can make creativity feel heavy. Art becomes much more enjoyable when we allow ourselves to explore, when we allow ourselves to be learners, when we allow ourselves to create simply because we love creating. Not every artwork has to be a masterpiece. Some artworks are for fun, some are practice, some are little adventures, and those pieces are valuable too. As I keep working on this portrait, I can see the image slowly coming together, not because of one perfect stroke, not because of one perfect decision, but because of many small steps working together. That's something I find encouraging. Progress is often quieter than we expect. It's usually not dramatic. It's usually a collection of ordinary moments, a collection of tiny efforts, and eventually those efforts become something we can see. If there's one thing I hope to remember from today's painting session, it's this. Have fun with the process, stay curious, allow yourself to learn, allow yourself to make imperfect things, trust the layers, trust the small steps, and keep going. Because even when progress feels slow, you are still moving forward, and sometimes that's enough. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope you enjoyed watching this portrait come together and hearing some of my thoughts along the way. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe and share your favorite art medium in the comments. I'd love to hear what you've been creating lately. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.